Welcome to a match of Starcraft 2, played by people that are way better than me. The map is Oxide, warping into the upper right, the Nexus in blue, belonging to Neeb. And the opponent spawning in the bottom left, in red, it is Serral. The finisher. I like that one. This, I believe, is the first game I am casting of Neeb here. Protoss player from America. Very good Protoss from what I remember. I just haven't seen him in recent times. Both appear to be opening normal, standard, despite one of the players being Protoss. There are no shenanigans just yet. I love you Protoss players, you're fine. Probe is here doing its own version of shenanigans, taking some damage, just denying some mining, but nothing really damaging. It's more emotional. It's a statement. The drone, of course, Serral very quickly reacting, not wanting to put up with any of these shenanigans. Hatch gas pool did go down for Serral, so it's looking to be a gentlemanly macro game so far. On the other side, Neeb did expand before the Cyber Core, leaving just enough space to jam an Adept or Stalker in there. Whoa, we don't need that much zoom. Calm down. Let's go back to just watching the probe. If I take my hands off, we're fine. There's no crazy accidental zoom going on. How are you today? There's really not much to talk about just yet, until Neeb gets his first tech choice after the core. Adept. Adept is, while it's not a tech choice, it can be indicative of what is to come. Twilight, perhaps, a Glaive Adept push. I personally don't really see a lot of success come from Glaive Adept pushes, but I would love to see Neeb prove me wrong. Serral, queens are out now, creep spread beginning. Couple Zerglings threatening the probe. They did not kill it. Probe gets away with its life, and Stargate is going to be the tech choice for the Protoss so far. Zergling Scout denied. Zero actionable information here. Second gateway goes down at the front of the wall, thus completing the Protoss wall in. Serral, I'll just go a little bit further. Not gonna happen. Not going to happen. He thinks Neeb's hiding it up here. Sadly not the case. So, Stargate, what's the choice? What do you think? Phoenix? Void Ray? Oracle. The only other option it could have been at this time. Oracle, I believe, does make sense. Serral does see it now, so he knows. At the very least, he knows it's Stargate. I don't know if he had enough time to check and verify that it wasn't Oracle being produced, because that Zergling died rather quickly. But he does know it's Stargate, so the spores go up immediately. Queen production continuing at the natural. I suspect that's because the main is going to become a lair very shortly here. We're right around the 4-minute mark, which is standard, it feels. Adepts just guarding the third base. Where'd the Oracle go? There it is. Neeb's making more than one Oracle. The first one gets a creep tumor for its troubles, it looked like. Just an initial creep tumor. And that's all. That's all, ladies and gents. Adepts also trying to find an opening. Ooh, they get the tumor? No, they do not get the tumor. Neeb, not a professional oncologist here, not able to snipe those tumors with minimal effort. Definitely an honorable mention, though. If you can get even one tumor, it helps. just denying some of that early creep spread. Roach Warren behind for Serral up at the ramp. Revelation to get rid of said tumors, so just keeping it at bay. Single Zergling harassing the third base, all on its own. Queens, Zerglings pushing forward, just going to be shoving the Adepts back. Battery? Yeah, battery being produced in the mineral line there. Creep tumor damaged emotionally, should heal back up though. Revelation just barely misses that extra tumor. But the Queen's going to have their mines revealed. Is that what Revelation does? Has anybody ever actually talked about what Revelation does? Does it just... I mean, yes, it reveals, obviously, but based on what? Is it like the oracles are shooting trackers at the Zerg? Neeb hunting down the drone. Serral not able to get the fourth base up this quickly just yet. Queen's, of course, still desperately trying to force this back to the Zerglings. Doing a dance. They want to make sure. Neeb commits. And it seems to be worthwhile. Queen is going to be picked off here. Zerglings get the full surround, though those Adepts are gone. Good as dead. Get out of here, Protoss. Oracle's just moving over to the other side. Stasis trap. Single drone. Serral's not going to be messed up at that. Stalker guarding the way. Behind this, a lot of sentries have been built. Good for force fields. Guardian shield if it's applicable. Serral's roaches are coming online now, so that Guardian shield might be helpful. Zerglings taking out their anger and hatred on the rocks. Excuse me? Serral? Swarm host. This quickly. Zergling killed at that base. Hallucinated Phoenix going to come in. What do they scout though? Not much. Queens put that to an end. Swarm hosts are on the way. He's got 10 swarm hosts coming. Who'd have thought? It's a swarm host timing. I hope you Zerg players are out there taking notes, because I'm sure intrigued. I'm perplexed. I play random, but that's 1/3 Zerg, theoretically. Good force fields coming out from Neeb, separating that army in half. Queens blocking the other half, unfortunately. Zerg forces being denied. Swarm hosts reveal themselves. Neeb likely is just as confused as I am. Locusts making their presence known, gonna fly over the cliff. How much damage can he do? Wow, Locust DPS is disgusting. They are not going to get the Nexus this time. And he actually froze Locust with a stasis ward. That's pretty impressive. Kind of funny. Awkward. Awkward moment. Swarm hosts reveal themselves to the Nexus. Is that a recall over there? Nidus worm. So, Swarm host Nidus play being used just to try and pick the Protoss apart at the seams. Roach Ravager also being used to get some damage in. What's the response from Neeb? There's not really much tech here. It's a lot of Blink Stalkers, which can be good. They trade well, they trade effectively, but you need a strong backbone in this. The Immortals to deal with the Roach's Ravagers. You need things like Colossi to deal with these Locusts. Storms. There's got to be a stronger backbone here from Neeb, unless he can get across the map and get some damage done. He just lost his 4th base to the Locust, so pressure's on, clock's ticking. Stepping forward, doing some damage, just a poke. Force field cut off a few roaches. Good force field micro. Good setup, but the sentries are running out of energy. There's only 4 sentries total, and they are looking a bit tired. Serral coming in. Roach Ravager getting some damage done. Lings picking the Stalkers apart. Meanwhile, we cannot forget the Swarm hosts over here sending their Locusts at nothing. The Scouting Locust. It's like a hidden Kung Fu form. Crouching Tiger Scouting Locust. That's what I say to that. You're welcome. You're welcome. Disruptor tech being produced for Neeb. That's a good choice. Good splash damage. Able to, of course, get a lot of damage done to the Locust, but also with their range, they might be able to reach the Swarm Host, which is the core problem. Nidus Swarms being picked off now. Serral gonna have to re-establish those. Swarm Hosts being used again just on both sides of the map. Serral, really, I like the way he's playing this. It's slow, it's methodical. You're picking the Protoss apart on both ends. It feels very Terran-esque, if I have to say. You set up your multiple attack groups here, and you're just trying to find any damage you can. They're gonna get the Nexus. That's big. Neeb. Not able to deal with the Locust very well. Third base did go down. He does have his fourth base up now. Disruptor. Oh, that was a good hit. Disruptor hit was good. Blinkstalker Disruptor. I cannot think of a much better composition for a comeback play in here. Zergling's getting some damage done there. Blinkstalkers. Serral trying to get the wraparound. Disruptor shot goes out. Whiff. Hits his own Stalker. It's fine. Just a flesh wound. They're robots. They don't have flesh. It's fine. Locust getting more damage done here. They going for the Nexus? They're going for the battery. And now they're not. They don't know what they're going for. Do any of us some days. Some days. I'm not so sure. Neeb does find the Nidus Worm, which is a good pickup, of course. There is the Nidus up here at the top with Swarm Hosts already inside. Neeb just trying to stabilize, it feels. He's got to get his base back up. He's got to find some damage to do. Serral is expanding outwards like a madman now. Banelings? Slow Banes. We are 12 minutes in. Why are these slow Banes? Bane speed is not done yet, but it should be. Neeb busy at the front base here. Blinkstalkers are getting damage done on that hatchery. Serral with the huge attack set up. Disruptor hit at the top. Banes connecting in. They're crawling. Now they're rolling in force fields. I can't cast this. It's too good. I have to just watch it. Banelings on Blinkstalkers. Not the most efficient of units to fight your robotic ranged support units. A lot of Zerglings coming up though. Ling Flood for Serral. This should be much better at handling the Stalkers if he can get us around. The Oracle. The Oracle. Oh, the Oracle killed it. In my mind, the Oracle killed the Nidus Worm. It's fine. That is a bold Nidus Worm right here. That is going to be picked off instantly. Neeb pulling his forces back. He did get some damage done, but he didn't kill the hatchery, so how permanent is the damage, really? I'm a bit nervous for Neeb's position here. Serral definitely seems to be in control of the game. Zerglings distracting Neeb on the left side. Swarm Hosts look like they're ready to prep another attack. Meanwhile, massive army of Roach Ravager Bane here. Not the composition I would have really expected to deal with this, but it's working well. Roach Ravager is holding the Stalkers here. Meanwhile, Locust getting more damage done on the left side. They're going to get the Nexus again. Goodbye, Nexus. Main battle over here. Bane's rolling in, connecting on Stalkers. Big connection there. A lot of losses. Really on both sides. The Banes, of course, they do their damage, but they also die in the process, so... Swarm Host. Swarm Host might be able to get damage done on this Nexus too. Neeb pushing forward. He doesn't want to commit that hatchery though. You have to. There you go, Neeb. Good job. Get the hatchery down. He's got to try and kite this army though. Serral out for blood. He's hunting. Warp Prism offering emotional support from the air. Locust getting more damage done here. Do they just go for the Nexus? Of course. Why not? Nexus falls. How many Nexi have been lost? This game, 4 Nexus total. Make that 5. Zerglings? Can they do it? Oh, that's so close. They do get it. It's a kill. Neeb tapping out. GG going to Serral. Very well earned. That was an entertaining game to watch. I quite liked how that was handled. Very slow, very technical. Use the swarm hosts, really making their cost effective over the course of the game. Locust would either distract Neeb on one side or go for the kill on some probes at Nexus, while the main Roach, Ravager, Baneling, Zergling army would get damage done somewhere else. If you enjoyed the game, be sure to let me know in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, I hope that you have a great day.